Stick a bunny in me pocket, I'll fetch the suitcase from the van. Cause if you want the lessons but you don't ask questions, then brother, I'm your man. Cause where it all comes from is a mystery. It's like the changing of the seasons and the tides of the sea. But here's the one that's driving me berserk. Why do only fools and horses work? La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
Vitali Klitschko versus Dereck Chisora, keys to victory. First off, Dereck Chisora's keys to victory. Number one, keep a tight defense. He needs to keep his hands up high, move his head before and after he throws his punches, and he can't get caught daydreaming like he did in the first round against Robert Helenius. If Vitali catches him like that, he will put him to sleep. Yeah, Vitali is a very good counter-puncher. If you miss, he will make you pay. So Chisora has to keep his hands up at all times, get close, get his feet close to Vitali before he throws his punches. He can't throw his punches from outside. He needs to get inside Vitali's reach. He can't be missing with any wild swings like he did against Robert Helenius, because Vitali will counter. Yeah, Robert Helenius didn't counter. He let Chisora get away with a lot of those wild swings and misses. He can't afford to do that against Vitali. He has to get his feet close to Vitali first, inside Vitali's reach, before he even thinks about throwing his punches. Number two, he needs to throw the left hook. Vitali stands straight up with his hands down. So Chisora needs to stay low, bob and weave, make Vitali miss, and then counter with his left hook. Vitali leans back from right hands when people throw right hands at him. So it's actually harder to catch him with that punch. If you watch Vitali in the Lennox Lewis fight, even when Lewis caught him with the overhand right, Vitali was leaning away, so he was able to take the sting off the punch. But a left hook comes from outside of the field of vision of your opponent. It comes from outside the field of vision, from outside their peripheral vision. So, and also the left hand is closer to your opponent, so it's quicker to land. So if Chisora stays low, he can force Vitali to have to crouch down slightly to throw his own right hand, and then Chisora can spring up and surprise him with a left hook, and maybe even cut Vitali. Maybe even hurt him or drop him. We don't know what Vitali's chin is like now at 40 years old. Even punch resistance deteriorates with age, so you never know. But I think the left hook is the punch to look for Dereck Chisora. Obviously, he needs to throw the right hand as well, but I think the left hook to the head will be the most important head punch. Number three, he needs to apply constant pressure. Vitali's 40 years old. He's had surgeries. He's had knee and back problems. Chisora needs to put him under pressure and force him to work more than he wants to work and dictate the pace. He can't let Vitali fight at his own pace. Some people have suggested Chisora should do what Odlinir Solis did and fight on the back foot and try and counter. Now, I think those tactics can work against Vitali Klitschko, but I don't think Chisora has the experience or the skills to pull those tactics off. Now, Chisora does have pretty good legs. He can move well, but I just don't think he has the ability to pull off those kind of tactics in this particular fight, in my opinion. He just does not have enough experience using those tactics. I'd be very surprised if he does use those tactics, and even more surprised if those tactics actually work for him. Anyway, number four, Chisora needs to go to the body. Now, very few opponents have managed to go to Vitali's body because he uses his feet so well to stay out of range. But if Chisora can somehow find a way inside and is able to do damage to Vitali's body, he might be able to slow him down. Now, if he can slow Vitali down and take away his foot movement, then he gives himself a very real chance of winning this fight, because Vitali fights with his hands down. Movement is Vitali's entire defense. If you take away that movement, you can win the fight, because Vitali is not like Robert Helenius. Robert Helenius tucks up tight when his opponent gets close to him. So he's able to block a lot of his opponent's punches when they do get inside his reach. Vitali keeps his hands down regardless whether he's getting hit or not. So if you can take away his movement, take that movement away, then it's open season on Vitali's chin. Keys to victory for Vitali Klitschko. Now, all Vitali Klitschko's keys to victory are all very obvious. He's a veteran. He knows what he's doing. This is just a recap, really. I'm sure Vitali is going to do all the stuff that I'm suggesting anyway. But like I said, this is just a recap. Number one, Vitali needs to stay cool. Now, he must be angry about that slap at the weigh-in, but it would probably be a mistake to go out all guns blazing in the first round, trying to get revenge. Now, he might be able to KO Chisora early if he does that, but at the same time, he will leave himself more open and more vulnerable to Chisora's hooks and overhand rights. He does not need to give Chisora unnecessary chances. Number two, be patient. Again, he must be angry about the slap at the weigh-in, but this is a 12-round fight. He has all the time in the world to get Chisora back and get the knockout. He just needs to be patient, fight smart, keep the jab out there, and look for counters as Chisora moves in. Number three, keep the fight at long range. Now, recently, Vitali has come out looking to trade with some opponents. Odlinair Solis is a prime example. He came out aggressive and got himself caught with a few counters. Not especially devastating counters, but he was getting caught with a few counters here and there from Solis because he came out looking to engage a bit too eagerly. So he doesn't really want to do that against Dereck Chisora. As I said before, Vitali has been cut before in fights. He doesn't have the strongest skin, especially at 40 years old. Your skin is definitely a lot weaker. It loses its elasticity as you get older, so he can't afford to get cut or get hurt by Chisora. He needs to keep the fight at long range. Needs to use his height and reach and movement. Keep Chisora on the outside and force Chisora to burn up energy trying to get inside. Then he can wear him down with jabs and counters and take Chisora out when he gets tired. And number four, Vitali Klitschko needs to watch out for headbutts. Vitali, like I keep saying, has got, weak skin. And there's always a danger of getting cut by a headbutt when your opponent is a lot shorter than you are. If there's a clash of heads and your opponent's shorter than you, more often than not, you're going to come off worse. So he needs to be careful. I'm sure Chisora's not going to care whether there's clashes of heads or not. He's going to try and go in hard. So Vitali needs to watch out for Chisora's head. As Chisora is much shorter, he's going to come in bobbing and weaving, and there's a chance that the heads could clash, especially if it's a slugfest type fight. So there it is. Those are my keys to victory for Vitali Klitschko versus Dereck Chisora. And before I forget, I'd like to big up Bay Lorick. He's just started doing boxing prediction videos here on YouTube. And he's got a 2-part prediction up for this fight, Vitali Klitschko versus Dereck Chisora. And he is the only person that I've seen on YouTube who is picking Dereck Chisora to win the fight. He gives a very educated breakdown of the fight and states his reasons why he thinks Chisora is actually going to pull off this upset. And he might even convince some of you that Chisora is going to win the fight. He gives a very, very logical breakdown of the fight. So go and check him out. Go subscribe to his channel if you like his videos. Me personally, I'm still going with Vitali in this fight. I still think he's going to win. I do think that Chisora's got a chance. Some people are writing Chisora off completely. I think from a stylistic point of view, Chisora has a few attributes which Vitali hasn't faced before. Vitali's never fought a guy with that kind of head movement before. And he hasn't fought a guy who is as naturally aggressive as Chisora is and fights as aggressive as Chisora does for a long, long time. At least since Chris Arreola. Whether or not Chisora has Areola's chin remains to be seen. If he does have Areola's chin, this is going to be a good fight. If he doesn't, this could be a short night. But from a stylistic point of view, I do think Chisora has some attributes there that can trouble Vitali Klitschko and possibly beat him. At 40 years old, he can't go on forever. You never know when the reflexes are going to go overnight. You never know when the punch resistance is going to fade. At that age, punch resistance goes too. Like I said in my breakdown and in my keys to victory, Vitali Klitschko does cut. So, you know, you just never know, man. You just never know. But like I said, I'm still going with Vitali to win this fight. I think that after the slap that Chisora gave Klitschko at the weigh-in, he definitely hasn't helped his cause. He definitely hasn't helped his own cause, because he was fighting away from home in Germany in the first place. And now that he's gone and slapped Klitschko in the face, he's definitely not going to get no help from the referee. He's definitely going to get no help from the judges. He's done himself no favors with that stunt at all. So, you know, all I could say is good luck to him, because he's going to need it in there. But as I said, upsets do happen in boxing. If Chisora was to win this fight, it would not be the biggest upset of all time. There's been lots of upsets that would be bigger than Chisora beating Klitschko. You know, no one thought that Buster Douglas would beat Mike Tyson. No one thought that Evander Holyfield would beat Mike Tyson. No one thought that Donald Curry would get beat by Lloyd Hunnigan. So trust me, upsets bigger than this have happened before. So it's always possible. Chisora does have good head movement, and he's aggressive, and he has a high work rate and all those kind of things. So there's always a possibility there. But like I said, I'm still going with Vitali in this one. Anyway, let me know what you lot think. What are your keys to victory? Have I missed anything out? Please fill me in the comment section below. This is Hatman. I'm out.